Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Get ready, because we're going on a truly fascinating journey today. We're going to explore something that honestly feels like it belongs in a massive Hollywood sci-fi blockbuster, but it's actually one of the most incredible scientific realities of our time. We are diving deep into how humanity is actively preparing to protect the Earth from space threats. We're talking about building a literal global shield. It's this amazing story of human ingenuity, unprecedented global unity, and just sheer determination to outsmart the universe. For billions of years, cosmic impacts were unpredictable. Today, that has changed. I want you to take just a second to really absorb the weight of that statement. For literally billions of years, cosmic impacts were just a roll of the dice. They profoundly shaped Earth's history. They changed the course of life itself, wiping out entire species. And they were completely, 100% unpredictable. But today, for the very first time in the 4.5 billion-year history of our planet, we actually have the technology to see them coming. We are no longer just sitting targets at the mercy of the cosmos.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the cosmic threat, and why our solar system is constantly in motion.
To really understand the solution, we first need to grasp the environment we live in. We usually look up at the night sky and think of space as this vast, silent, empty void, right? Well, the reality is completely different. The space around us is a highly dynamic, totally chaotic environment filled with millions of objects constantly zipping around, crossing paths right through our solar system. And the evidence of all that chaotic motion is literally written all over our cosmic neighborhood. It's a factual, continuous part of our history. We can see it clearly in the heavily cratered surfaces of the Moon and Mars, and yep, even right here on Earth. Events like the massive forest leveling at Tunguska in 1908 show us exactly what a relatively small object can do. And we don't even have to look back that far. Think about the Chelyabinsk meteor that exploded over Russia back in 2013. Totally without warning, a space rock the size of a 6-story building detonated in the atmosphere with the energy of around 30 Hiroshima bombs. The shockwave from that blew out windows across 6 cities and injured over 1,000 people. It was a very stark, very vivid reminder that the risk of space impacts is incredibly real. This isn't just sci-fi, it is observable, recent history.
Which brings us to Section 2, Space Civil Defense, and this entirely new paradigm we're entering. Because we know the threat is out there and ever-present, our approach has to shift dramatically from simply observing the sky to actually responding to it. We are entering a brand new era in human history, scaling up the concept of protecting our populations to an interplanetary level. And this brilliantly illustrates our core concept. Think about Earth's civil defense for a second. Over the decades, we've built these incredibly robust systems for climate monitoring. We deploy satellites to forecast hurricanes, we predict flood zones, and we organize massive preventative evacuations to save lives, right? Well, space civil defense operates on that exact same logic, just applied to the vastness of space. Instead of monitoring earthly weather, we're monitoring the cosmos for asteroids and near-Earth objects. Instead of forecasting where a hurricane will make landfall, we're forecasting potential cosmic impacts down to the exact latitude and longitude. But here is the massive game changer. With earthly weather, the absolute best we can do is just get out of the way. With space civil defense, we actually have the potential for preventative orbital deflection. We don't just evacuate the impact zone, we can literally change the path of the storm itself. Planetary defense is basically a global civil defense apparatus dedicated to tracking and stopping space storms before they ever even touch our atmosphere.
Moving on to Section 3, let's take a look at the Global Warning Network, or basically, Earth's protectors.
So, the absolute key to preventing any disaster, whether you're talking about a Category 5 hurricane or a massive asteroid, is early discovery. The sooner you see it coming, the easier it is to stop. But you obviously can't monitor the entire sky from one single telescope. It requires a massive, perfectly coordinated global setup. The first pillar of this global network is the Minor Planet Center. Think of this place as the ultimate global inbox. It is the worldwide clearinghouse for all asteroid observation data. Every single time a telescope anywhere on Earth spots something moving out there in the dark, that data flows directly here. To give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, they process millions of observations every single year. They quickly crunch the numbers to calculate the initial orbits for newly discovered space rocks just to figure out exactly where they're heading.
Once that data is collected and those initial orbits are calculated, it moves up to the next crucial layer of the system, IAWN, the International Asteroid Warning Network.
If the Minor Planet Center is the data hub, IAWN is the global fire alarm. This is the international network officially responsible for issuing global impact threat alerts. They connect all the data from observatories worldwide and run the really complex numbers. And if they detect a genuine threat heading our way, they are the ones who sound the alarm. And I'm not talking about a casual email here. It's a highly structured, super urgent protocol. They immediately notify space agencies, top-level government officials, and the United Nations. It's a very precise system designed to ensure that if a rock is coming, the world's leadership knows about it instantly.
Okay, so the alarm is ringing. What happens next? Well, that is exactly where SMPAG comes into play, the Space Mission Planning Advisory Group. If IIWN is the fire alarm, SMPAG is the fire department's elite strategy room. This is the international brain trust that figures out the actual physical space mission response to a real threat. They look at the data, they analyze the size and composition of the incoming rock, and they design the mission to go out there and stop it. And honestly, the strategies they discuss sound straight out of a sci-fi novel, but they are entirely grounded in real physics. They plan for kinetic impactors, which literally involves ramming a spacecraft into the asteroid at ridiculously high speeds just to nudge it off course. They even map out theoretical strategies like gravity tractors, where a spacecraft would just fly alongside an asteroid for years, using its own tiny gravitational pull to slowly, gradually tow the rock into a safe orbit.
The scale of cooperation happening here is just incredible. You've got massive governmental space agencies like NASA, the European Space Agency, Japan's JAXA, and China's CNSA all working together toward a common goal. But this whole effort relies on so much more than just the giant agencies. Independent observatories all over the planet are contributing daily. And perhaps the most inspiring part of all this? Dedicated amateur astronomers, looking through backyard telescopes all over the globe, are out there mapping the sky and sharing their data to help protect the planet. It's this absolutely unprecedented level of global unity, bringing together billionaires, massive governments, and everyday hobbyists, all for the survival of Earth.
Let's move to Section 4 to see how this builds in the real world. Apophis, from threat to symbol, and how it proved our system.
Having a theoretical network on paper is great, but we really need to know that it actually works in practice. And in 2022, the DART mission gave us the ultimate proof of our active defense capabilities. This was the very first kinetic impact test in human history. We launched a spacecraft and literally slammed it into a tiny asteroid millions of miles away from Earth, traveling at roughly 14,000 miles per hour, just to see if we could alter its orbit. And you know what? It worked beautifully. We measured a definitive change in its path. It proved, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that if we find a threat early enough, we absolutely possess the technological marvel required to physically deflect a rock out there in deep space.
But really, nothing showcases our tracking system quite like the gripping story of the asteroid Apophis. Back in 2004, Apophis was discovered, and the initial calculations sparked some massive, genuine concern that it might actually hit Earth. The scientific community was tense. It was terrifying to think a rock over 1,000 feet wide had a real probability of striking our planet. But in the following years, that massive global network of observatories we just talked about went to work. Night after night, year after year, they continuously tracked it, refining its orbit with such incredible mathematical precision that they were able to completely rule out the risk of impact for the next century. Which brings us to the year 2029. In that year, Apophis is going to make a historic, breathtakingly close approach to Earth, closer than some of our own weather satellites, but it will be entirely safe. Because of our tracking capabilities, Apophis completely transformed from this terrifying doomsday threat into a brilliant symbol of our incredible scientific accuracy.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 5, 2029, the historic milestone and the International Year of Awareness.
So the crucial point is that everything we've discussed today, the global network, the meticulous tracking, the successful kinetic impact tests, it all leads us to one specific, highly anticipated year, 2029. It isn't just the year a big rock flies by our planet to give us a good show. It represents something so much bigger. It is a monumental milestone for humanity.
Because of that upcoming Apophis flyby, the United Nations has actually officially proclaimed 2029 as the International Year of Asteroid Awareness and Planetary Defense. Think about why that involvement matters. The UN officially stepping in signifies that planetary defense is no longer viewed as some fringe science project or a fun theoretical exercise. It's now officially recognized as a legitimate, absolutely essential aspect of international security. The global community is using this moment to celebrate our profound transition from an era of being completely blind to cosmic impacts, right, into an era of rigorous, unified scientific defense.
Protecting the Earth against cosmic impacts has become a global responsibility. This is so much more than just a quote. It's really a rallying cry for humanity's unity. Planetary defense is real science. It's real, proven technology. It represents massive international cooperation on a scale we have rarely seen in human history. We are actively organizing ourselves as a species, crossing borders and political divides, all to protect our shared home.
So, are we finally learning to look up at the sky with responsibility? For the first time in 4.5 billion years, the answer seems to be a resounding yes. We are no longer just passive passengers on Spaceship Earth. We're learning, together, to become its active protectors. Thank you so much for joining me on today's Explainer, and I really hope this changes the way you look up at the night sky.